Hello, nerds, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight, we are playing more Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse. We are using The Walking Dead universe by Free League Publishing. And we are. I'm realizing that we're down two people. Cass will not be joining us tonight. Um, and we're down two people, and I didn't make us a new order. So, uh, Quinn, please start us out by introducing yourself.
Of course. Hey everybody, my name is Quinn. I use any and all pronouns, and tonight I will be playing Chase, who uses he, him pronouns.
And Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Eliza, who also uses she, her pronouns.
And Faye.
Yeah, I'm Faye. They, them pronouns for me. I'm playing Jonah, who uses he, him.
And Merv.
me. Hi, everybody. My name is Merv. I use they, she pronouns. And today I'm playing Deborah, who uses she, her pronouns.
And I am your storyteller, Sophia Olivia Scott. And my pronouns are she, her, we. And you'll see I put our little general content warning in the chat. You can use the command for that anytime. It is right there on the screen. Just a little CW, but specifically for this episode, I'd expect some grief, especially grief. Honestly, this is the first episode that a few plans have changed, so I don't really know all of what's going to happen, but for sure expect some grief for this one. All right, Jonah, you are up with our dearly departed monologue.
Dear Alex, I'd hoped that I'd find you in good health. Maybe a little scratched up, scraped. But I didn't. I didn't find you at all. Just echoes of what you used to be. You remind me that tragedies happen quicker than we expect. And that the past never really leaves you. But the important thing is to focus on what is left. The memories and those that are still living. You're muted.
I knew it was going to happen when I muted, and they didn't change anything. All right. It's been 3 days since Marisol's passing. Unfortunately, shortly after that, that swarm of walkers that had been kind of hovering around the back of Shopmart ended up in the plaza itself. They have moved on at this point. It was safe, to go out the back door, which Cherry did and went up to the roof at some point when those walkers from the woods kind of are now in the way of Cherry getting back down for the time being. And we're just going to say that the walkie-talkie's batteries died at some point since Cherry's not here, but is up there watching out for everyone. So it has been 3 days. You have had two strangers, Jonah and Chloe, in your haven this whole time. Um, for all of you, at this point, Harley's sort of like macho guy routine is probably starting to grind on your nerves, especially with two strangers in the haven. How do you all want to open?
Well, I have a question for all of us. Who's cooking for us? Because we lost our chef, and it's both sad and also practical because I think we established that many of us cannot cook.
I mean, I Eliza cooks. It's just not edible.
Yeah, and Deborah does cook and can cook if needed.
I would hesitantly, if seeing in the aftermath of what had happened, um, if a chef was needed, Jonah would put forth his offer. And I know that I'm not perhaps the most welcome or the most trusted, but we all need to eat.
Yeah, you go here. It definitely would probably go a long way to help building trust. To help out. So that makes sense. They have a abundance of canned goods, veggies, beans, some pasta. It's not the biggest variety, but they have all that. Plenty of salt as well. I'm sure Marisol had some other seasonings and stuff around. I guess so. What does Jonah try to make? What does Jonah know how to make?
Um, I would say, given his past, he probably he probably made most all the meals at the house. The only times that he wouldn't have been cooking is if they went out for dinner or anything like that. Um, I wouldn't say he's like classically trained or anything like that, but he knows a fair deal. He knows his way around the kitchen for, general home things. He's not specialized or anything. So seeing that there's a lot of canned foods and pasta and whatnot, he'd go into just making something that's simple, hearty, and can feed a lot of people, and he'd go for making a soup.
Okay.
Just puts what we've got together. Doesn't use everything, but just
Right.
enough to it's like it tastes okay. It's not going to be the best.
Right. I mean, you don't have broth. You have water as your
Yep.
kind of base, but you got some seasonings. You have beans and uh, veggies.
That'll become the broth as it sits in the water. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. So you do your best to make an edible soup. Um, does everybody eat it? This is the question. Do you trust Jonah enough to eat it?
I mean, you would all see him like make sure that Chloe gets some, so that she eats. So it would be obvious that like I'm not trying to poison anybody.
I think Eliza would hesitate, but then would eat it because I feel like the Midwestern politeness takes control.
I don't know if I should eat this. It might be poisoned. But if I don't eat it, that'd be impolite.
It's
I don't think Deborah's gonna eat it. And to try to bypass that sort of Midwest guilt, Deborah's like never at the hardware store. Like I'm just kind of out and about, either in the parking lot. Um, the way that I kind of saw the camera like finding Deborah is doing what she does to calm down and is actively dismembering another zombie body in the
Okay.
woods.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Chase definitely like Chase knows himself that he is too trusting of people instinctually, so he takes cues off of what he sees other people doing, and especially Eliza, like seeing her eat it. He's like, "Oh, obviously fine then."
Eliza eating to not be
Eating to be
perceived as
polite, yeah.
rude. Chase. Oh, that means it's okay.
It's fine.
Aiden will eat. Aiden was watching you, and Aiden's like, everything you did was from a can, and I checked all those cans myself to make sure like there was no problems, so I know everything in here is safe. We haven't done any foraging yet, so I'm good here. He's gonna make sure Vivian eats. Um, unless somebody makes River eat, River will eat on their own time. Harley will eat. Again, sort of like Aiden, but more of a. I've been eyeballing you this whole time, so I only watched you put cans of beans and vegetables in here, so I know it's safe. Am I forgetting anybody? Oh, Marley doesn't eat. But Marley has been doing the bare minimum for the last few days. So
I will say that Jonah, when he eats, he takes like maybe a fist-sized portion, like just enough to make sure that there's soup left for the others that he noticed have not eaten.
So I guess we haven't really talked too much about how you have this haven laid out. I'm assuming you've moved shelves aside to make living space and such. Have you set up like tables in the middle? Do you use like the counter for like tables and stuff? How's that set up?
Maybe the counter like a almost like an island kind of situation.
The counter is the kitchen.
Yeah.
So as Aiden eats, then they clear like a space right of this counter, and he's got maps and stuff laid out in front of him, and he's like marking off stuff like he's got a Sharpie, whatever he found laying around the hardware store, and he's like marking off and making little old notes on the map as eats the soup.
Chase will go over and look in, like, Chase just shows up behind everyone and like looks over their shoulder just completely out of nowhere. But yeah, he'll look over his shoulder at the maps and just ask, "Oh, what are the markings you're putting on there?"
Oh, yeah. So I was thinking we don't have like gardening and stuff set up yet, but I'm betting if we can get out there and look, we can do some foraging. So I was just marking off potential spots to look for some stuff. Um, Maybe we can find, some ramps, some morels. Who knows? Maybe some cattails or something. But we should be able to at least supplement that way until we can get up and running. And it wouldn't hurt to just be able to mark stuff on here too. If we're out, we see, you know, black walnuts or whatever, so we can know. Oh, hey, go back check there later. So I was just making some notes of some places to check, and um, we should get some canning supplies and like writes a note on the top of the mat. Get canning supplies. It'll be good for our long term survival to do that stuff. So, and ramps we can replant too if we're careful. So for
Yeah.
those who don't know, a ramp is a wild leek. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I always hear Cherry talking about that stuff. It seems like she knows all about that. I know we can't talk to her right now because she's on the roof. But when she gets down, I bet she would have some things to add to that.
Yeah, that's what I was actually hoping to get to talk to her, but doesn't seem like that's going to be possible for a little bit.
I don't mean to intrude. I couldn't help it over here. If you're looking for preservation, you might want to look for perhaps vinegar, things like that, so you can pickle things as well.
Right, yeah, that's a good idea. Writes vinegar on the top corner of the map. What is Deborah doing outside in the forest?
Trying not to think too hard. Um, 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 yeah, just trying to calm down. Trying to figure out what she can do in this situation. She knows that she brings a lot of like physicality to it and not a lot of intelligence. And the thing that like the biggest thing that I think that Deborah's trying not to think about is when we brought Marisol back and how much Deborah was in Eliza's ear. Asking nonsensical questions that there is no answer to, that I want to hear. So I think trying to focus on what is in front of me, and using that as kind of a thing that I have control over in this moment.
Okay. Do me a favor while you're out in the woods and roll a survival roll.
Okay. Do I still have a stress from before?
Did you take a moment to
In the, like the
reduce-
last, I did once because I did have 2 stress because of the injury and then also because we encountered zombies. And then in the last episode, I did take time to just like go out and kill something. But like in the last 3 days, like Deborah's been very like hesitant about staying in the hardware store for too long.
Okay. So yes, you would still have one stress because before you can reduce another stress by just killing zombies, you do need to have a conversation with an
Yeah.
anchor.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yep.
Hey. Okay. That is 2 successes and a 5 on my stress dice.
Okay, 2 successes. You notice that you are standing in, we'll say, like a, grove, or like almost like an orchard of spruce trees.
Yeah.
There's nothing ready to pick yet, but you can already see them growing. There are plenty of spruce tips
Okay.
here to go.
Okay. Sweet. Do I notice any mushrooms on the ground at all?
With a 2, I'll say yes. You know a couple. You see a couple.
Okay. Great. I make a mental note of that before heading back. And then on the way back, obviously, like taking note of like where I'm going, so I can go back. But yeah, and then once I get to the parking lot, Deborah starts talking to herself. In like, you know, when you're like standing in front of a bathroom mirror and you're like, okay, like this is how I would say this conversation. But it's a real conversation that Deborah really wants to have, which is just talking to Jonah, to be like, okay, so like when are you heading back? Like where are your people? Like I don't want to be aggressive about this, but you've been here for 3 days. And I appreciate that you're cooking for everybody, but at the end of the day, you're not a part of this. And there's a chance you've left somebody behind. And like, why? And why haven't you gone back yet? And if you need, I will escort you myself, sort of thing. So.
It'd be so funny that if, as Deborah was like practicing this, like Jonas steps outside for fresh air, and I can't. So like, yeah, let's roll with that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
So door opens and oh, sorry, I've not seen you around. I didn't realize you were busy.
Yeah, I'm super busy. Super busy. I'm like trying to wipe off the blood from my hands. Like trying to be as like nonchalant as possible. How much did you How much did you hear what I just said? I'm just gonna be
I heard a couple questions that I figure were aimed for me, but not at me.
you know yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we try this? I don't mean to put you on the spot. As more of a conversation, rather than you hyping yourself up and
Yeah. Conversation. This is the conversation. Yeah.
yeah. So I understand that from what I overheard, you don't really want me here.
I did not say that. Did I say that?
It seemed that
Okay.
you want me to leave, is what I get the understanding of.
Yes and no. Sorry. So Siri, I'm not talking to you. Wild. I just don't know where your I don't know where your heart is, you know, because like you came, you were talking to Chloe, you know, we were able to like help Chloe get out of the superstore over there, and then you kind of just been here. It looks
Yeah.
suspicious. Like for me, I traveled all the way from the other side of the state, near Lake Michigan, to here, and every time that, like, you know, I was passing through and seeing other groups and stuff, it was a one day thing until I stumbled on this group. And then they kind of just allowed me to stay a little bit longer. I provided them services, which you are, you know, you're doing that for us, which I really, really appreciate, because Marisol's gone and, you know, we need a cook and stuff. But like,
I I assure you, I'm not trying to overstay my welcome. My heart is making sure that Chloe was okay, and I would have left earlier. I would have taken Chloe out earlier if it was safer to do so. But that swarm, it was moving through here, and I didn't want to risk her life. So we stayed, I cooked, and it seems that it's passed. So as soon as she's ready to leave, I'll be out of your hair. You don't have to worry about anything.
okay. Um, I I prefer to be forward about things. So, um, was there more than Chloe? Or was it
Originally,
just... Oh, okay. Um,
but they didn't make it, as you've probably seen or heard or know what Chloe's mentioned.
I want to give both of you your space, and give everybody else in the hardware store as much space as I can. So I've been keeping to myself a lot, but, you know, people talk at dinner. So, what does that mean when you go back? Does that mean you don't have enough people to make sure you're safe? Does that mean that you're out of supplies? Like, are you going to be coming back with more people? Is that a possibility? Like,
I, I, I don't know that we'd be coming back. We we're pretty set where we are, and a lot of they're capable. They're kids for the most part, fresh out of college or fresh out of high school, early college. I'd like to keep them not near storms. It's hard in the world we live in these days, but
yeah.
so I wouldn't move that group unless absolutely necessary.
Where are
It
you
was
staying? And you don't have to say. I'm being nosy neighbor, okay? It's okay.
if I remember directionally, I am my area is southwest, or am I misremembering that?
It should be north, just a little northeast.
Northeast. Okay, so I was moving southwest, and so I am. All right.
Yeah.
I remembered the right direction that I was going, not where I'm from.
Yes.
um, we're a ways north, just slightly northeast.
Are you near the river?
Yes.
I mean, then that kind of opens it up, you know? Not for us to like come to where you are, but like for that safety passage, you know? And you know, because like it's a river, there's gonna be fish. Zombies can't get into water and fish like we do. Um, and we're a hardware store, so we have a lot of lures, and the bait went bad a long time ago, but that's beside the point.
If you don't mind getting your hands in the dirt, there's bait everywhere.
This is dirt.
I,
This on my hands is dirt. I was going through. I found a mushroom patch out there.
you don't. I've survived enough. I know you don't have to explain whatever it is that you do. No.
It makes me feel more human that way. That's why I do it. But I don't know if you heard all of my questions that I was hyping myself up with, but I'm very happy to be part of the group that gets you back safely there, and also so that I can know how to get to the river while passing your place and getting cover and stuff.
You you really don't need to do that.
I need to do that for my own sanity. I can't stand there for as long as it takes me to wake up in the morning. I can sleep and that's it.
Well then, sure. I I'd love for you to accompany.
Great. Another win for white Wisconsin women, making sure I get what I want.
I do just I put a lot of trust in the fact that you
Sorry.
I put a lot of trust in the fact that you would show the same courtesy for my group as I have shown for you, and
I could make a mean soup
I
when I need to.
wasn't really thinking about the cooking so much as the fact that you're gonna know where we are,
Oh
and I
yeah.
don't want you sort of like you've mentioned. You don't really know who I am. I don't really know who you are.
I'm gonna be real with you for a second. I don't even know your name.
I'm Jonah.
Nice to meet you, Jonah. I'm Deborah.
I've, as you said, people talk around the dinner. I've learned that's who you are. But it's nice to actually get an introduction.
Yeah. It's the humanness thing that I brought up.
Yeah. No, I understand. You would notice that as there's it's getting more to an awkward point. Jonah is twisting a ring on his finger. It's on his left hand. It is very much a wedding band.
I think Deborah isn't gonna pry about it yet.
Yeah.
Sees it, clocks it,
Yeah.
and then kind of moves on with it. There is no wedding band on Deborah's hands at all.
Well, it was good talking, Deborah. If you have any other questions, I'm glad. I needed to get some air.
Yeah, the forest out there's nothing out there. I'll tell you something, and smelling trees is better than smelling that fucking hardware store. Much fresher out there.
Well, maybe I'll take a short walk. You're muted.
I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, and every time. Anyway, Eliza, where are you inside?
So Eliza is probably kind of buzzing around a little bit. She probably is located checking on Vivian and making sure everyone is doing okay. She's been trying to keep herself very busy lately, uh, giving Cherry the space that they need to handle what they had to do last 3 days ago. And kind of her way of managing things is staying busy. So she's probably been um, checking on Vivian and then making sure to check on River because uh, the person River was close to is now on a solo mission. And so she'd be concerned about them.
When you check on River, do you notice that River has found some sort of paper, maybe grafting paper, whatever, and has sort of drawn up some makeshift plans for better traps and such. They're they look at this point they're pretty rudimentary sketches, but that's sort of what they've been doing. Um, do you say anything to River when you stop by?
She'd probably wait a second and then she'd probably say, That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt at all.
Uh, um, yeah, it's just something Key asked for. Um, yeah. Um, Realizing I don't actually know as much. I mean, I know physics and I know engineering, but don't actually know as much about trap building as I thought I did when I started drawing these up. But I think they should work.
She'll kind of look at the paper, and she only knows like minor things from like a hunting aspect, but she's like, yeah, I think they look great. Maybe when uh, the next time we go out, I can try and find a book on traps. I don't know what we're gonna find there. Maybe we can try and find a library.
Uh, yeah, that'd be great.
Or
Um,
anything else you'd be interested in? I know you
um,
keep to yourself, and everyone needs their privacy, but
yeah, actually, if I could, make a list,
yeah,
that'd be.
absolutely.
Um, yeah. Thanks. That would be. Yeah, that'd be great. And then I can pay you back by getting these traps built.
Definitely. The next time we go out, give me the list, and I'll try to get as much on it as I can. How are you doing now that Kia's gone?
Um, I mean, good mostly. I mean, this whole situation sucks, but I'm good. You know, Kia, Kia knows what they're doing out there. They'll be back, and yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on it. I'm kind of tired of these books that we have. I've read all of them already, so
You make me think a lot of my nephew. He loves all things mechanics and engineering, and you guys would probably get along pretty well.
yeah, it sounds like it. Uh, Sounds like a lot of the kids I would have had in like a coding class or something. So yeah, sounds like it. Actually, maybe I did. What's their name?
Ren,
Um, I'm not sure. It doesn't sound familiar, but hmm, maybe it's just somebody I just don't remember. Sorry.
no, he did a lot of sports and stuff. It does, I mean, it's complicated, but I just make sure that you get something to eat, okay? If you want, I can heat some stuff up.
Um, I'm good right now, but thanks.
Okay. She doesn't want to hover too much, but she'll kind of go about making up these little like med packs for Vivian that basically are like electrolyte packs to hopefully help now that we don't have IV fluids. Um, or else she's probably just checking in on people uh, and keeping the place clean like a little busy bee at the moment.
Yeah, and Vivian is feeling a lot better. Um, Especially with medications, how to manage everything and stuff. So, but a little bit of a like a surly attitude. Since especially with since everything with Marisol and cherries on the roof, and it's just Vivian's just a little bit of an attitude, which isn't unusual for her. She is still very much a teenager, but otherwise she's feeling a lot better. Um, as you are working on those med packs, Chloe actually approaches you, and um, sort of a ball of energy that Chloe is, just hey, before me and Joni leave, I actually wanted to talk to you. Because I mean, Cherry's on the roof. I know she's kind of seems like the leader, but I was kind of hoping that like maybe our two groups could like find a way to work together, maybe like a partnership or something. Um, I don't know. You're the Since all this has happened, you're kind of the other than Jonah, you're like the first people that we've had any contact with. So I don't know. I just thought maybe you might be interested in something like that.
I definitely think it's something to talk about. We'd have to talk to everyone here and see if they feel, but it is definitely better to have friends out here, that is for sure. What is your haven like? That's what we call this place.
Um, we I don't know if you know where it is, but we kind of got stuck when all this happened in the new LGBT community center location that they had just moved to, and we've just been there downtown this whole time.
Yeah, Cherry and I actually visited earlier before everything happened, and there was a lot of really awesome programs there. We were actually signing up for a volunteer list.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we were at a meetup, and yeah, no, we're there. As a joke, we kind of started calling some of us started calling ourselves the Spectrum.
Mhm.
But yeah, otherwise we're just there. And Tasha was there leading the meet, and has kind of just been our leader since then. And I'm sure she'd love to meet everybody. I mean, you've already met Jonah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just kind of I guess I'm
I
hopeful that.
agree. I'm on your side. I yes. Uh, she just kind of will like put like it not to be like too overbearing, but would just kind of be like hand on the shoulder. It's all good. Everything's okay. I understand and I agree with you. Um, just trying to calm Chloe down a little bit, and she will continue and say, as we're getting into the different groups, is Jonah the only older person?
Yeah, Tasha's about the same age as Jonah,
Okay.
but yeah, everybody else is a little closer to my age. Yeah.
Okay. You guys are doing okay out there? You don't, is there anything you are struggling with currently? I
I
know
mean,
I
it's
saw
not
what happened
supplies.
out there, but
Um, yeah, that was rough. We kind of low on food, so we went out looking for some more. We found a little bit in some houses, um, but yeah, that's kind of reluctant to. We've been kind of reluctant to like try some of the stores and stuff around us, just because we're a little worried that there's going to be walkers in them. So we were trying to go out farther, to find food. But otherwise, we're good. We've got plenty of space. We've so far we've managed to have plenty of water and everything.
Good, good. And you are well defended. I'm not asking to try and figure out to be harmful towards you. I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Um, yeah. I mean, we don't really have a lot of weapons. We have some makeshift stuff, but it's mostly good at keeping the walkers away. But we don't really have a lot of weapons or anything. So,
Okay.
but we got good walls and stuff. So we're mostly safe.
Hey, that's better than a lot of places. So, but
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
I'll bring it up with everyone and figure something out because I agree. Uh, it's intimidating to go it alone, and if we can figure out some sort of an agreement, uh, that would be beneficial in case anything else pops up.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for talking with me. I'm gonna go find Jonah. I'm sure everybody back at our haven are wondering what what we're up to if we're okay. So maybe go talk to Jonah and see about going back.
The walkers take a bit to subside, but after they go wherever they wander, it's a little bit easier to get around. Luckily, the back exit is still freed up, but it's definitely good to wait a little bit. Make sure that you guys are well rested and ready to get out there.
Yeah. I think it sounded like maybe some of at least most of them had moved on up front. So maybe we can um, get going. But I will check in with Jonah. It's his decision to make. He gets to be in charge now. I don't want to be. So, um, but yeah, thanks for talking with me. And Chloe will head off to find Jonah. Um, Eliza, let's see. I'm gonna have you make a roll here. We'll say it's a scout roll.
Okay. Sorry, doing it manually.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause for some reason, it doesn't like.
My sheet is like broken for some reason. It's so dumb, but it works. It's all good. We got all the macro stuff. One success and no natural ones on the stress die.
Okay, so you know, like you have not only been to that haven, but you know exactly where it is. Especially with no traffic anymore, it's maybe a 10-minute walk away from your haven if you cut across the university. In case that is something that might concern Eliza or you know
Yeah.
in terms of proximity.
She's definitely wary because it sounds really good to be true. And that doesn't usually work out in Eliza's life. So she very much is open to the opportunity, but also keeping both eyes out and making sure that she's not going to bring harm onto the group that she's already in.
Right. Jonah, are you still outside? You're muted.
We both do it. I think not at this point. I think when like Jonah had stepped out literally like just for like a few minutes of like fresh air. So maybe like a brief walk about the newly cleared forest, thanks to Deborah's heads up. But would be coming back and wouldn't stay out very long.
Okay, so as you're coming back in, Chloe walks up to you and is like, hey, Jonah, I was wondering if you were ready to head back. Like, do you think it's safe?
Yeah, I do think that it's perhaps time to move on. Though, I guess the question is, are you ready to head out?
Yeah, I did talk about to Eliza about maybe us, our two groups working together in the future, but um otherwise yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Can
Then
I ask a question? Because I might interrupt this.
Yeah.
So the name Chloe sounded so familiar, and then I went back and looked at my NPC list. Wild. So would I like? I'm assuming that Mark and I are probably like Facebook friends. Would I have seen him talking about a Chloe? Slash, does this Chloe look around the right age? Because Chloe's a very common name, right? Does this Chloe look around like the same age as me and Mark for me to think that maybe it would be a kind of a weird coincidence if it was the same person, but kind of not. Like, I think I'm hearing like, oh, you're from the like LGBTQ center. Like, you don't want to assume all gay people know each other, but sometimes all gay people know each other.
Especially in a small town.
Especially in a small town.
So generally, like, yes, Chloe is a little bit younger than you and Mark, but about the right age. I'm gonna have you roll empathy
Okay.
to basically see like if you recognize, like, is this the person?
Like, I think it's the kind of thing where like when Chase heard the name, it was like, okay, that I'm sure I've met a Chloe at some point in my life, but was kind of trying to remember where he saw it from, and then was like, oh yeah, I saw a Facebook post one time maybe with like Chloe tagged in it in a picture, and I'm trying to like put together, is this the same Chloe? Okay, I'm also gonna roll manually, so 1 second. Empathy. Okay. And I still have all my stress dice, because I've done nothing to relax, which might work out great because I have 3 stress dice. So I'm rolling a whole lot of dice right now.
your stress dice is stressing me out.
That's the point, right? Okay, and these ones are, yeah, okay. So stress dice. Okay, that is 1 success, but I also got a 1 on one of the stress dice.
Okay, so one of the things that I can do with stress fights is just going to take it and use it for something not necessarily related exactly to what's happening right here, but something that'll kind of come back.
Yeah. This action will have consequences later.
Right. Per the rules, this is like you succeed driving, right? But you got to mess up and later realize, oh, hey, I've been leaking fuel this whole time. That's sort of the role mess ups play, is where they just like add a little something here or there. So for those watching who may want to understand some of the rules, so I'm gonna bank that one for something a little bit later. But otherwise, yes, this is you. Like, you're sitting there seeing her talk to Jonah and Eliza, and you're like, wait a minute, it clicks. I do know of this person.
Okay, then I think definitely win, because that's why I was like, if they're talking about leaving, and Chase even thinks that he knows who she is, he would probably walk up and interrupt. Just, sorry, before you go, I know it sounds like you guys are getting ready to leave, but, this is kind of random, but you're not Chloe Thompson, are you?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh, hi, yeah, we've never met, but I went to high school with Mark.
Oh, you're Chase, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we
Hi,
talked about
yeah.
that night. It didn't click earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't click who you, like, Chloe's a pretty common name. It didn't click earlier either, but
Yeah,
you looked
you had
kind of
a,
familiar.
yeah, you had a lot going on and stuff, but yeah.
Um, is Mark with you, like, back where you came from? I haven't, I mean, I hadn't seen him in a while, even before everything.
Yeah. So yeah, Mark is back at the community center. We were both at the meetup when everything went down. So yeah, Mark's been there the whole time.
Okay. Wow, that's so weird that we're, like, so close. And that's good that he's okay. I mean, yeah, we didn't, like, super keep in touch after high school, but I'm glad he's doing all right and that you're doing all right. Is there anyone else there at the community center, like, from that Mark knows or that I might know?
I don't. I guess I don't know if there's anybody there. I mean,
Yeah, I guess obviously Mark knows everyone there now.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess I don't know. I don't know who you do. Or,
There
but,
wound up being a couple of, like, other queer people in the sports teams who all knew each other. And again, like, none of us stayed, like, super close in touch after high school, but we all vaguely stayed, like, Facebook friends and stuff like that. And I every now and then people would, like, come in the coffee shop and I would see them, but I mean,
Would you like to come with us?
that would be great.
Your another member here, Deborah, wanted to sort of stretch her legs, so to say, and was going to be coming along. So
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I don't want to impose, but if you're offering it, it would be nice to see Mark again and see if there's anyone else that I know. It's not often you run into old friends anymore.
I slap the back of Chase's back. Like, you betcha, bud. We gotta go, though. Okay? We gotta go. We're gonna go.
Wait, okay, like, you're good to leave now. It's clear enough out there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready.
there's a few stragglers up front, but nothing that's worrisome. We're good to move.
Okay.
Do you need to grab anything? Tell anyone where you're going?
Yeah, I should probably, like, let Eliza know. Like, we should all probably let Eliza know that we're going.
Well, I think Chloe covered that for the two of us, but you might want to let her know. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Chase kind of looks at Deborah. Like, did you let anyone know that we're leaving? I guess you would have not let anyone know that I'm leaving because you didn't know that I would be leaving.
Nah, we
Until
just
right
made
now.
the plans, and I was just about to go to my tent to grab some supplies real fast.
Yeah. No, I should grab. I mean, my machete. Are we gonna be gone a long time, or just?
I don't think so. It didn't seem like Jonah traveled
It's
very
not.
far to get to us. So
Yeah. We're not.
Yeah. I'm assuming Chase also has a vague. I don't think he's very good with directions or location, but has a vague sense of, like, where the community center is and knows that it's not super far.
we might make like a quick trip to the we're gonna make a quick trip to the river real fast just to see it, kind of scope that out.
Okay. Yeah. Then I won't bring too much, but I should go get my machete just in case, right? You
Yeah, absolutely.
don't
I'll
leave
go
without
talk
that.
to I'll go talk to Eliza real fast. You just get your stuff.
Yeah. And he'll go over to his tent and start getting ready.
Eliza, I'm leaving, but I'll come back sometime.
I'm what's going on?
What? I'm trying to be funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go take Jonah. I'm gonna go take Jonah back to Haven with Chloe, and then Chase. I think I overheard. I was kind of snooping. I like to listen. Chase might know some people there, and so I just wanted to. Chase and I are gonna go watch their backs, watch each other's backs, and then I'm gonna go check out the river too for a quick sec. You know, you need protein and food and things like that. So,
Well, Chloe had mentioned that she was hoping both of our settlements here could work together. I'd like to go meet Tasha.
Oh! So would you like also to come with? And this is not a goodbye.
I would rather it not be a goodbye. I think it would be better if we're together. And then she's going to turn Deborah away from Chase a little bit and then quietly say, "We don't know how many of Chase's friends survived, so it might be good to have us there."
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Chase really clings to you, kind of like a what are those called? Those little suckers that are in rivers sometimes. I don't remember.
Are you comparing Chase to a leech?
Not. It's not vicious, but like that's kind of what I think of when
Okay.
people not leech onto you. This is really. I'm gonna go on my tent and go grab my machete really fast.
Understood. I get it. And there's just this shake of the head of like, okay, we got this. It's gonna be grand. Puts her scarf on and gets ready to go.
All right. Do you bring any of your other NPCs like Aiden or Harley with you?
I don't think we have to.
I think we should leave Harley and his macho man back at the Haven.
Oh yeah.
Eliza would probably ask Jonah, I wasn't at the community center for long, but do they have a variety of books there? Or any kind of...
They've got some, yeah.
My
Leslie's been going through them, so.
my friend River has been a little bored with all the ones we have, so maybe they would want to go.
Yeah, I mean, more than welcome to join. Same thing that I had mentioned to Deborah. I just asked for a return of hospitality.
Of course.
Okay, and yeah, it's fine.
We can even bring our own supplies so we don't take from yours.
Yeah, I'd rather you. I don't want to put that stress on you or your people here, but I would rather not have you sent out if something happens. Like what kept us here these last few days. I'd open the space for you guys to stay and rest. So if you feel comfortable bringing some supplies with you, you're welcome to do so.
All right. I just don't want to put a strain. I know it's
a strain no matter where you go. I think we make do. It's the new world we're in. But I mean, some ideas that have been here are things that we've been sort of thinking about back at the center. Gardens, canning, stuff to make things last.
That sounds incredible.
If you don't have the room here, I know Chloe had mentioned perhaps a communication between our havens. If we've got the space to host something, a trade of some sort, maybe some of the items you have here to help with defenses and whatnot, and we can provide things that you might not have the space for here.
That'd be great.
Of course, I'd have to talk to Tasha as well.
Of
see-
course. Obviously, we need to have communication discussions, and
Oh,
who
yeah.
knows? We'll figure it out.
And I'm sure you'd like to include Cherry. That's her name, right? Cherry.
They usually are much more bubbly, but it's been a rough couple days.
Yeah, there was a loss when I came in. Sorry for what happened. It's a rough one.
It's unfortunate and not unfamiliar.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you get ready. Me and Chloe are good to go. I know that Chase was excited to perhaps see some friends that he had. But yeah, I'd like to have more of this discussion.
Great. Eliza will go back to her and Cherry's tent, write a little note down for Cherry. And whenever she leaves the Haven, she always gives, it's basically a goodbye letter, just in case she doesn't come back, to her NPC anchor, which is Marley. She'll just kind of give this little envelope letter just in case. I know we do this every time, but
Mark's like, right, yeah.
hey, I'm gonna be gone, but if you don't eat while I'm gone, I'm gonna be mad, okay? You have to eat.
Yeah, right, I will. I promise. I will eat a little something.
Okay. And I will try and find something a little bit interesting, I'm sure. Marisol would have loved where we're going. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have little birds. They will tell me whether you eat or not. I'm gonna go. And she'll walk
yeah.
backwards.
Yeah. Thanks for looking out for me, and I got the letter, so thanks.
Of course. It's what we do.
Are you inviting River along?
Yes, I would be inviting River.
In which case, River, can we maybe, if it's not too much hassle, stop at the university on the way back?
Yeah.
I would love to get a look in maybe some of the labs. There, get to, maybe there might be some useful stuff I can grab.
Absolutely. We can definitely stop by. It'll be dependent on how much traffic is going through there from, but it should be fine. We'll make it fine.
Okay. Yeah. Right. What do I need to bring? What do you recommend? I guess I haven't
You haven't
left
gone
a
out?
lot.
Okay. So let's see, you have some sort of weapon that you can use?
Right. Yes, I have a knife around here, somewhere. Yes. In that pouch on my tent. I will grab that,
Okay.
and then I am good to go.
Backpack as well. Grab something warm to change into just in case.
Right.
And
Yes.
supplies for at least 2 days.
Right. Right, I got that.
She's gonna hand River a bag.
Right. Yes, thank you. This. Thank you so much.
Of course. And if the Haven's okay with it, she'll take one of the pistols with her, just to have a firearm with us.
I have a feeling that if Cherry was down here, would insist you take it. So I would imagine nobody else complains. Maybe Harley, but I don't know if anybody listens to what Harley has to say.
After these last 3 days, I think we need a break from listening to Harley.
Mm-hmm. She takes it very carefully, like almost like, I don't want to touch this, I don't want to touch this, I don't want to touch this. Puts it in her pack, so it's easily accessible, and she's ready to go.
Yeah. So you head out into this world, right? And there's a few ways you can go. You can, from here, you can just cut straight across, go past, you know, this fast food restaurant up here, an old knuckle burger, and there's like a, you know, seafood restaurant right there as well. You can, you know, kind of go right between them, right across the highway. Eventually, you'll get to the university campus and kind of you can cut right across the university that way, or you can go kind of the way Jonah went, which is back around the shop mart, down the road, and kind of get, you know, downtown that way. Which way would y'all go?
Jonah would put forth the fact that since the swarms would have followed him and moved past, to go back the route of the shop mart, just because there's probably going to be less walkers that way.
Deborah's gonna pitch the other way for speed purposes.
Okay, so we have one vote for shop mart, one vote for the university.
I don't think that Chase was very good at directions when he had, like, I guess he didn't have, like, Google Maps, maybe. Whatever directions he used to have still did not help, so he's kind of waiting to hear what.
I think Google Maps was there. It was just you had to print it out ahead of time.
No,
Yeah,
it's
there you go,
MapQuest. Everyone
Yeah.
uses MapQuest.
2010, you had MapQuest was still a thing.
Yeah.
Google Maps was still there.
Garmin's.
I think Chase is gonna be more inclined to listen to Deborah and or Eliza, so he's curious if there's disagreement between the two of you. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna see what you guys say.
Is one route safer than the other? From Eliza's knowledge of the area.
You know what? Roll a scouting roll.
Okay. No successes.
Okay.
No crit fails either.
From your knowledge of the area, you would guess that they're, you know, relatively the same. You know, either one has a lot of buildings that walkers can hide in. One's a little bit faster. You know, the one you're kind of, you know, just walking down the road, which might be more dangerous. Whereas if you're cutting across the campus, you know, you're not just out in the open, but you don't have like a way of knowing which one is going to be safer.
I think that Eliza will go with the campus because of how bad River wants to go. And if we see how busy it is, we can figure out a plan. Because the university could be a really great resource should we need it.
Okay. All right. So you head out. So you go, between this Knuckle Burger and this seafood restaurant. I don't have a name for it off the top of my head, but you cut between them and across the highway and over to the university campus. And I'm going to use that Chase's little mess up from earlier to say you all kind of forgot the one thing about the campus is that early on they were using it as a sanctuary for people to gather to be safe, which means it might not be as safe now. There are some fences, but they're not really standing. They would put up some makeshift fences, stuff like that. Otherwise, but like you're not seeing, like, you're not like stumbling upon a large horde right now, but like you might be a little more wary of like, oh hey, like they were using this, um, and it looks pretty creepy, pretty desolate now. As there's like old supplies, like National Guard supplies and stuff laying around, old fences, FEMA tents, that kind of thing. As I switch our music, you get into this, campus area. You got your quad, and there's a parking lot. The river is on the other side of this campus. So, like, you're not too far from the river. It's just not super convenient. Um, the buildings sort of loom, but it all feels very, what's it called? Like a very liminal space, right? Because it's empty. And it's really not supposed to be, right? These are big buildings that are supposed to have students all over the place. And now there's nothing. How does everybody sort of feel about this moment?
There is it's sort of the tension of a piano string in Jonah is the best way that could be described. The potential that was here at one point has morphed into something entirely different. Just like one wrong tuning can snap that piano wire. This university is now a Schrödinger sanctuary, and it causes him to hold on to his bow just a little tighter as he is traveling with perhaps the largest group that he has out on these trips. 6 people is a lot.
I think maybe, since this is Chase's mess up that we are walking through here and didn't remember what it was, maybe a little continuation of that. I think he doesn't quite notice how creepy and unsettling it is because he's very in his head. Like, Chloe had been there for a day, like 3 whole days, and he didn't realize that he kind of knows her, and that he has a connection to her. And so I think he is very in his head of, like, remembering people from high school, and Mark, and when was the last time we talked, and what was the last thing that we talked about, and more stuck in thought than one would want to be, out when you should probably be very alert.
Eliza's super alert and incredibly pragmatic. It is a failed place, but that means there could be supplies that they could use. There's a tent, there are things. She is only focused on the ways it could benefit them.
And Deborah is bringing up the back of the group just to be watch and to make sure everybody's okay. But in that same vein, it is just Deborah in the back watching everyone walk out in front of her. And this feels like a direct representation of where Deborah is now, of this sense of loneliness that, yes, I have a group and they rely on me and I rely on them. But at the end of the day, everybody that I started going through all of this is dead. And in a lot of instances, it was me who had to put them down so that they didn't turn into something that would walk without thought. And Deborah fears that even still conscious and alive, that she's just turning into another one of them.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to remember something. Just 1 second. Where is it? It's got to be. Does anybody remember what the scavenger role is? Or the scavenging role is?
No, but I have the rule book and Control F, so I can find it real quick. Scavenge. Do.
Book, you said it was right here.
Are you talking about like the table or like how to?
I think.
Yeah,
I know that it's.
Not the table, just the roll itself.
I want to say that I think it's Scout as you're traveling, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Scout or survival is my guess, but
Okay. Well, like, so what is better for you, Scout or survival?
survival.
Okay, roll survival to as you're moving through this campus to look.
Can I give help? Because I am taking kind of that role in the back to make sure that everyone is like, okay. It's a plus one for me.
I'll take it.
Okay, it is actually roll survival. Sorry, I just found it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
I nat one to no successes.
is that a mess up too?
Yep.
Oh, nice. No successes and a mess up with the help even. Okay. You you were looking around and right, like there's, like seeing the tents flapping in the wind and like the little, I suddenly can't remember what they're called, but little awning things where, cover people, make shade, right, and stuff. And there's military trucks, and you are sort of glancing in the back of one of those just to see, like, is there anything in here? And as you do that, you're just a little too close to one of the university buildings, and a couple walkers spill out of the doors, right? Just they're like 20 feet away right now, but they are coming towards you. You hear them. Everybody hears them. Um, there's potentially more. There's always potentially more somewhere, right? But for now, you just have two.
I would like to immediately engage.
Can I also engage since I had my bow in hand? Can I shoot one?
Yes. Deborah, how are you engaging?
With my machete.
Okay, so Jonah first, ranged combat.
All right. I've got one success.
Okay, so you managed to take out one walker with a quick and efficient bow strike.
I have 3 successes.
Okay, so Deborah, describe. I want you to describe for me what this 3 success takedown of this walker looks like.
I think like I hear like they come out of a door or like from like behind a building.
From a door.
Okay, so I immediately hear the door and I'm so sorry, but I like sprint ahead and like shove anyone out of my way and like backwards. And as I like am like charging through you, I just like very loudly whisper, "I got this." And then I like come forward. I first take out like a knee to make it easier and then just a single blow to the top of the head.
Okay.
And then I wipe off my knife of their blood and just kind of walk back to the group without like another, like, it's just like another day at the office kind of look.
As Deborah's coming back, Jonah's going out to go retrieve his arrow.
Good job, bud. And I just keep walking.
What is Eliza's response to this? Do you want to hurry everybody along now? What's
I think that like when Deborah pushed past to add to that mess up, I think it pushed her off kilter just enough because balance is a huge thing when you have a prosthetic. You have to relearn how to balance. And she just flat on her ass. Just full on like flat on her ass. And she will just like take a minute and then stand herself back up. And then just wordlessly like carry on very much from the back.
Does Chase notice any of this? I'll let you decide that.
I feel like Deborah's kind of hard to miss. I think that he like notices Deborah going past and notices like just in time. I feel like it's like a very delayed. Like he has his knife out and like in his hand as the zombies are like falling on the ground dead, and he's like, okay, and it's like very quietly puts it away and keeps walking.
Okay. And with that, we're going to head to a quick little 10-minute break. So everyone make sure you get up, you drink some water, you do all the things, stretch, whatever, and we will see you in a little bit. Hello, nerds, and welcome back to Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse. Just a reminder, we do have a content warning, and maybe because we might circle back because it is, I'm sure, on every player or character's mind. We may have some grief as a big part of the content warning for this one. We are going to start coming back as our characters are, cutting across this university campus. We're going to flash back to Eliza in, could be Eliza's kitchen, but probably her sister's kitchen. Um, and your nephew Ren is there. Your sister, remind me what your sister's name is because I forgot to look it back up.
Genevieve.
Genevieve is, there. She's at like the kitchen table or island or whatever is in sort of the center of the room. And she's got college pamphlets laid out in front of her. And specifically, she has, the UW Eau Claire pamphlet right there because she's trying to convince Ren, like, this one's close. You can, please, like, you can go there, and then, I can see you all the time. How does Eliza fit into this conversation?
I think that Ren asked Eliza to come to kind of break the news that he doesn't want to do football in college.
Oh, okay. So
Unless there's something else you think of, because like I am open to suggestions.
no, I like that. So Jimmy's like, and look, they offered you a scholarship. I know you can get into some of these other ones, but they offered you a football scholarship. It's here, it's close. I would absolutely love if you went to Eau Claire. And Ren clearly doesn't like teenager doesn't know how to like say this, and is like looking at you a little panicked, and then just kind of blurts out, I don't want to play football anymore. And I think Genevieve's a little shocked, doesn't say anything right away, so Liza wants to like jump in.
Yeah, Eliza, like seeing that, is just going to fill in and say, and we've also looked up a robotics scholarship at a couple different places that should also offer a full ride. And look, Jen, you know how dangerous it can be. I appreciate that you have a dream for Ren, but I think, and very much she's saying this because Ren asked her to. Like Ren is the kind of guy that's like, all right, here's the script. I need you to say these things. Go. And
Right,
she's
and
kind of like nodding to make sure she hits all the counterpoints.
like Brent gives you like a nervous like thumbs up, like trying to hide it. Um, Genevieve like snaps out of it and is like, okay, that is a bit of a surprise. Um, okay, I mean, yeah, you don't have to do football. Like, I guess, I mean, I assume that UW Eau Claire has a robotics program that you can get into. If I mean, do you want to go there? Stout's not too far. Um, like
Uh,
she's clearly a little like she had a thought of like where this conversation was going, where she thought this was going to go, and now she's trying to rearrange that.
Ren, why don't you show your mom the mail you just got with all the scholarship info for the college you want to go to?
Right. Oh, yeah. And pulls out envelope for, I don't know which college, but
MIT.
yeah,
That
MIT.
works.
Yeah, there we go. Pulls out this, packet of information for MIT, and that is where we fade back into into the university as you're crossing the lot. You're looking at all these buildings, and I assume it crosses your mind just a little bit, even as you're trying to like stay focused on everything. You've got River and Chase with you, who both. I mean, Chase is, was a university student. I guess I don't know if this was Chase's university, but River seemed very interested in the college when you mentioned this was the way you were maybe going. So, just something that crossed your mind.
Eliza definitely is like having one of those moments of like remembering like crossing like the courtyard quad area and going on the college visits, and the moment that Ren sat her down and basically almost in tears told her, I don't want to do football anymore. Uh, and it's kind of one of those moments that Eliza's veneer kind of falters for a moment, and then she's back into like mission mode, if that makes sense. Eliza definitely it is it is almost as though she puts on an act to make herself feel comfortable. And so it's very much like, all right, we can't think about that right now. Nope, that just shove it down. Uh, and I think she would start up a conversation with River, like quietly, of course, about what place he wanted to go to, or they wanted to go to.
So like any of like the science labs or um, any of the areas where any like useful supplies might be. I'd love to maybe get a look at some of like the computer labs because I might be able to salvage some stuff for some other uses from them. But definitely the science labs are going to have like the most useful potential items. Um, if we were near the technical college, there'd be even more like useful stuff for us there. But like there should be some useful stuff here for us as well.
Yeah, I think we can absolutely try and find something. I and let's figure it out as we go. I think
Right?
that
Yeah.
science lab might be a little bit. We might need a little bit more strategy going in, but we can try and case it and see what's on the outskirts. I'm sure all the good equipment is further inside, but we could try and see what's closer to the outer doors. I forgot this entire place was a settlement refuge place before.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I didn't think about that. Universities are good places for that, right?
Mhm.
Um, I didn't think about that, but
But it gives us opportunity for supplies.
right. Yeah, that is a good point. Should I be looking for stuff? Do you want me to look for stuff to see?
For now, just watch for any motion. If you
Okay.
see something, say something as far as walkers are concerned.
Okay.
But for now, focus on your safety. I'll keep an eye out for supplies.
In which case, roll survival if you're, keeping an eye out for supplies as you go.
Nope. But no crit fails this time.
Okay. Are you just not see any? If anybody else wants to like look as they're going, you can also roll. To scavenge, you can roll survival as well.
Sure, why not?
Heck yeah.
2 successes.
Oh,
You're gonna laugh. Okay, so do ones count as bad things if I roll them and I'm not rolling stress die?
no,
Okay,
they're just
great.
not successes.
Awesome. I rolled 2 6s and 2 1s.
Yeah, as long as that one isn't on a stress die, you're
Yes. No longer
you're fine.
stressed. So,
Okay,
yeah, 2
so
successes as well.
2 successes.
Yeah, if I were to roll right now, I would roll significantly more stress die than actual die, so I think I am good to not do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't you just not roll? That's fine.
You
Or,
see,
or,
bait.
We need to have a conversation later.
or
That'll help a little bit.
as the GM, roll and make it fun. Uh, no, Jonah, you find so there's like a collapsed like FEMA tent type deal, Red Cross something, and you pull out a hard case of medical supplies of some sort. It's got the big red cross on it, but it's something presumably important is in there. Like you open it up, it's full of stuff. Um, you'd need somebody with medical knowledge to really tell you what it is, but you find a case of good medical supplies.
All right. I will pick that up.
And hmm. And Deborah, you find I'm trying to decide. Well, you know what? There's tables for this in the book, right? Might as well
There
use them.
is. I think
Might
it's
as well.
159.
Might as well use the resources I have available for me. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So Deborah, we'll say you also check out this FEMA tent location, just kind of like pulling back like the plastic of this tent that's fallen down, and you find uh, like an EMT bag full of basic medical gear,
Great.
bandages. I guess I don't. I'm suddenly realizing I don't know what they carry with them, but maybe
And I like 2 IV bags.
yeah, just some like really basic stuff that they would
Yeah.
have with them for like an EMT type deal. So it's mostly bandages, maybe like a little some pain meds, stuff like that. But
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just then, like, when I find it, just tap on Eliza's shoulder to be like, where do you want me to put this for now? Do you want it in your bag? Do you want it in my bag?
It is a rather large bag, like, so you might just want
Okay.
to sling it over your shoulder.
Yeah. So do you want me to hold on to this?
Uh, maybe let's split it up between the two of us.
Okay.
She's gonna look at it like a kid in a candy store, and uh, and she's just going to do a quiet squee, and under her breath, she says, "A pulse oximeter," and she's going through, putting things in her bag, and
Yeah, I mean, another potentially useful item, and especially in your haven, there's probably a blood pressure cuff in there.
Nice.
this will be great. She's going to say, "Vivian's gonna be so happy."
I can take all the heavy stuff.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, like I truly brought my bag to kind of as a show. I don't really have anything in here, and then I have my machete in hand. So
Because I'll be absolutely honest, I can carry some heavy things, but it makes it harder to, and she kicks out her prosthetic leg.
yeah, 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 yeah. Load me up on IV bags and other stuff.
Would I be able to notice this exchange?
I don't think we're being secretive about it.
Okay, cool.
No, Eliza's really open about it.
Yeah, Jonah's gonna like step over to Eliza, having the medical bag that he found, and you seem to know about medical stuff. Um, when we get back to the community center, you mind sort of walking me through things, what
Yeah.
we might have here?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And if anyone else needs checked on,
Yeah,
I graduated nursing school. I was a paramedic, but
I know the basics. I put band-aids on scraped knees, and I attended a few very basic first aid kits, or things like that. Just enough to get a patch.
hey, look, the basics are gonna get you through 99% of the time.
Oh,
But absolutely, I can help you go through it, figure out what'll help, and yeah, no problem.
he nods.
Okay, so you pass through the university, and you kind of head into downtown. So you're passing random shops, most of which like somebody tried to board up or something. Um, and as you go, you pass a park, past Phoenix Park, which is a little park technically on. It's split into two parts, right? One on each side of the river, and Deborah, you get pulled into another park in a flashback as you pass this, right? And you are in another park, grill set up, having a little cookout. Um, your husband, Dick, is there. Maybe some other extended family members that and stuff. What I don't think we've actually talked about this yet. So what does Dick look like?
I will start by saying Dick is bald.
I was hoping you'd say that. Is he long and lean or short and stocky?
He's very tall. Okay. Okay. So my husband Dick is bald, and he's also bald by choice. He does the whole like routine all the time. His head is very like smooth. Um. Uh. Yeah, he's very tall, but he still has a beer gut because we're in Wisconsin and everyone drinks heavily. um. His vice is just like a good, old fashioned beer. Um. He he wears a lot of golf polos, but he doesn't golf. But he likes the way that like, it's like breezy, it's super like he can do stuff in it and he can look semi nice. I never thought he looked nice in his golf polos. Um Most of them have sweat stains on his armpits that he's like, it's fine. We're fine. Um yeah, he's wearing golf polo, he's got khakis on, and some just like what time of year is it?
Probably midsummer.
Okay, so he's wearing Tevas. If you know what those are. They're like sandals with straps and it's kinda like make a little square on your foot. So he has the weirdest tan lines ever on his foot. Um
Wait,
um
he doesn't wear socks with them?
No, 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 no. I've had to convince him for the last like 4 years. And he's finally like, yeah, I shouldn't wear socks. And now I pick on him for his tan lines. So, um, and yeah, so for this, he's like the grill guy. But his brother, Dalton, is just kind of like standing right next to him, supplying the beers, and things like that in their conversation that I am kind of just like occasionally looking over my shoulder at.
And Dalton is not as tall as Dick, but well, I guess what does Dick do for work?
There's so many jokes going through my brain right now.
Mhm.
And the first one that came to mind is Dick works hard for the money. So that is out, and we're done with that joke.
Is he into woodworking?
He does carpentry as a hobby. So he brings his wood home to work. But I'm gonna like Dick is a small business owner. He owns just like a little shop in town. Or no, not. I'm gonna say he owns like a small branch of a national bank. Kind of helping out the community and things like that with that. Because we've always been like, it's been nice, we're well off, things like that. Um, yeah, so he's a baker during the day, works hard on wood at night.
Always at attention.
Always at attention.
Okay. So Dalton is sort of the opposite of his brother in that he is, you know, more of a blue collar guy, has like the I'm I'm a rancher look about him,
He's a union guy.
yeah, union guy.
Yeah.
Definitely, works. He's worked construction. He's done all of that. Dalton is a bit different. Um and so he is standing there and he is the one really kind of putting back the beers this here, trying to get, his brother to drink more, like, hey, come on, have another one.
Yeah.
And eventually, as like the food's done, Dalton will call over to Deborah. Hey, Debbie, brought hot dog, hamburger, what?
First, it's Deborah. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that, but I don't like being called Debbie. Okay, I'm also like a few like hard lemonades in, so I'm a little tipsy. Yeah, just give me a dog. You know, I love wieners.
Right. Ketchup, mustard, relish.
Plain.
Right. Okay, got it. Well, bring you some food. A little wobbly, but brings you, hot dog on a bun, not plain, nothing else. And we will pull back out of this um, flashback, and y'all are crossing the streets, um, and Jonah, as you get closer, you see Presley on the roof, waving.
Yeah, immediate wave, and a relief, like just seeing Presley there.
You presume that Presley like radios down or calls down somehow because like before you get to the door, like Tasha is already like bursting out the door. Mark close behind.
Hey, sorry that it took some time.
Where are? I mean, Presley said that you and Chloe were back, but um, we'll get to who these people are. But where? What about Alec and Alex? Are they?
And like no words, but like Jonah's face just kind of falls a bit, mainly in the eyes. That you can see what he's not saying. I managed to pick up one of their packs with supplies.
Like Tasha, not just her face falls, but like her whole body kind of like she doesn't collapse, but like like there's like the weight of the world on her shoulders as she. No, damn it! I didn't want to send them out there, and
I know it's. Why don't we talk more about this inside once these are Chase, Deborah, Eliza, River, I believe was. And, um, they're part of a group of survivors that housed me and Chloe for the last few days, kept us safe. So I thought I'd let them come by. River, in particular, was interested in some books that we might have.
oh, right, yeah, um, the lending library, yeah, we can, um, they can take a look, yeah, absolutely, um, maybe we shouldn't stand out here,
Yeah.
everybody come inside.
So,
And, oh, go for
oh
it.
yeah. Once we get in, like the first thing would be like Jonah with Tasha to like really sort of talk about what happened with Alec and Alex. Because that is like they were part of our community, and knowing that it's like Tasha really didn't want to send them out, but they went out anyway because we were in need. It's like to give Tasha that space to like kind of actually handle that, not out in the open where it could attract more danger.
Right, yeah. So you relay all this information that you have, and I mean it weighs on Tasha, right? Tasha is not, she's not much older than the people she's kind of been thrust in charge of either, right? She's
Yep.
still in a lot of ways a a child herself. Like, I know it doesn't ever feel like it when you're 28, but
Yeah.
like you don't think about it, but like you kind of a lot of ways still are pretty
Oh, yeah.
young,
No,
even if
yeah.
it doesn't feel like it. And she's in charge of a bunch of college aged kids, and not something that she had ever planned on doing. She was just a volunteer helping
Yeah.
some kids out with sexuality and stuff, right? And so now she's here trying to keep everybody alive, and that's a lot of weight for somebody.
And that's why Jonah's here to help carry that weight. But it's still a weight to carry.
So yeah, Tasha, I think, kind of finds a chair and collapses into it, and she just, she needs a moment. Um, for Chase, Mark has not noticed you yet because Mark is focused on Chloe.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I think that Chase when Mark exits the building coming out, like Chase knows, okay, you're here because your partner's been missing for 3 or 4 days. You care far more about seeing her than seeing me. So he's gonna, like, he doesn't want to interrupt that, right? There's a whole reunion going on there that he doesn't want to get in the way of. So he's kind of just gonna follow behind and wait until it looks like either they're done talking or Chloe is like, look who's here. So he's gonna wait for an opening.
Yeah, and it does eventually happen. Like, they have their moment back and forth, like they hug. Chloe's like trying to explain everything, and like eventually remembers you're there. But it's a lot of it. It's weird because it both happens slowly and very fast because Chloe talks very rapidly right through it all in her excitement. It's like, oh my god, and look who I found it, Chase. To which Mark, turns, is like, oh, um, wow, um, hi, Chase. It's actually been, I know we were friends on like Facebook and stuff, but like it's been a long time since I've actually seen you.
Yeah, since we've like been in person together. Good to see you though. I mean, it's always nice to find out people are still alive, you know?
Right? Yeah. Um. Wow. Um. Like, are you okay? Like, are you doing okay?
You know, as good as any of us. Um, it's been it's been a wild and weird couple of months. I was actually also wondering if anyone else was here. Um,
Um.
I don't. You never met. No, yeah, because we haven't seen each other that recently. Well, no, you never met Mac, did you? No, that was after.
Mac. No, I don't think I met Mac, but I think you posted about Mac on.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you've seen pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, I haven't seen Mac. I'm not sure I've seen anybody that you known, like, you knew personally. Maybe don't know, everybody that you knew, but like, um
Yeah, that's
like,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Somebody passed through, like, do you remember? Do you remember Cersei? Did you know? I guess, do you know about Cersei? Because, like, I guess that's a different conversation. If you don't know, but like, she passed through like a couple months ago, so she's still alive. Last I knew.
Yeah, she's the our captain, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know I wasn't quite sure her name, but yeah. Okay, Cersei. I will remember that. That's good. Yeah, it's always great to know that other people survived, even if they're not people you're super close to. Um, and so yeah, I mean it's good to see you. It's again it's been too long. Probably apocalypse notwithstanding. Like I don't know. I feel like when you're in high school, right? Like in sports, you always just assume, you're a team, right? You're gonna stay a team, but we didn't really keep in. I mean, I didn't really keep in contact with anyone like super close from the football team.
Yeah, I mean, neither did I. I decided to quit football. I had scholarships, but I didn't want to do it anymore. So like I didn't really keep in touch with any of the guys either, and I get what you mean. Like, kind of expect to see those people your whole life, and
Yeah.
didn't. But like, yeah, you're right. Good to see you alive. Like, come on in. Like, find a place to sit a moment, right? And I guess we'll find out what's going on with all of this, right?
Yeah. We actually it's like weird again from high school to we're not that far away from your group. We're, our group's like a 10-minute walk that way. Again, Chase does not know direction, so he just points. So I think we're here to just talk about how we can help each other.
Oh,
But yeah, we should be in and sitting down and stuff. Yeah.
that's awesome. Wow, you know, saying like, oh, 10-minute walk doesn't seem so much farther now that there are
Yeah.
zombies
Yeah. You
everywhere,
could
huh?
die in less like a 2-minute walk is could be deadly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's close but far, I guess.
that is a good way to put it. So you kind of you walk into this main area of the spectrum, and or well, of this community center, right? And because nobody ever like took it down because it wasn't a priority in the months since, there's a big banner for the meetup that they were having uh when everything happened. So it's like, welcome to the Ace meetup, right? And somebody has like taken like paint or something and like put a line through it and put like welcome to the spectrum on the sign as like, oh, this is our haven, somebody, it started one of those things that starts as a joke and becomes the reality of the thing. So but otherwise, like, it's looks sort of like a community center type space. People have sort of tried to make it their home, but it's so there's like sleeping bags, there's a few chairs, there's some stuff, there's bookshelves where like the lending library is, and there's some other offices and whatever throughout the building. And there are, including who we've met so far, there are 6 other characters. And I'm trying to decide here who is. I think it makes sense for at least one of these other 6 characters to be somebody that Chase knows as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the first thing that Chase is doing, like, upon going inside is looking at who else is here. Because he knows that, again, like Mark would know anyone else from high school and from the high school football team, but that's been a couple years. So he is scanning whoever he can see when he walks inside.
And so Chase is Polly, right? You had plenty of partners before this. I don't know. Somebody give me a name because I can't. I'm blanking on a name. So somebody throw a name out there and we'll.
Alice.
Yeah. So the perfect. Alice is among all these characters. There is I don't know. I don't have my notes for Mark right in front of me. So like, could there be one of Mark's partners?
I know it's confusing, so it's Mark is the high school NPC, and then Mac is the
Oh,
one.
Mac.
Yeah. I know.
That's
I
my. That's
didn't realize
my.
that those names were so similar. There is a Mark. It's just not that one.
Sorry,
Um,
Mac. Yes, Mac.
yeah, that works. I mean, I think that of the named partners that I gave Chase, they all would probably have at least like had another partner at some point. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So you you know Alice. At least in passing, as one of Mac's other partners. So I guess what is Chase's like excitement level here? Like, what is Chase thinking when you see Alice?
I mean, like he's definitely like very immediately excited. Because he hasn't seen Mac in a couple months. Not that he thinks Alice would know where Mac is, because that was a weird situation in and of itself as to how he kind of disappeared. But definitely just seeing someone that he knows and that has a connection to one of the people that he is really hoping is still alive. So as we're walking in, I guess kind of like how are the other people in here reacting to seeing us? Because I feel like we're like walking into someone's space, right? But I think Chase is probably just going to run over to wherever Alice is.
So I think it's like a mixed wariness and excitement because Chloe and Jonah made it back alive, and you know they're wary of these new people, and not all of the news about Alex and Alec has spread. So like people aren't sad yet because Tasha hasn't like told them and Jonah hasn't told them. But like there's a mix of wariness and excitement, and Alice is I don't know, maybe just in one of the chairs somewhere, reading a book, trying to, stay occupied.
Then yeah, I think it's a little bit of shock because I think Chase just runs up, ignoring the fact that maybe Alice doesn't want to be disturbed in the middle of reading and just like, oh my gosh, Alice, right? Hi, it's been so long. Oh my gosh, how are you? It's so good to see you.
Oh, Chase, you're okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean Mac's okay too?
I haven't seen him in a couple months. I was kind of hoping he'd come here, but I'm guessing not.
I haven't seen him since everything went down. I yeah, I was hoping everybody was okay, but I didn't know how to get a hold of anybody, and
Yeah. It's hard when you got a lot of people to track down, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm glad you're okay. I mean, you seem okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. I mean, you seem okay. Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly. Um. Yeah. I just been worried about everyone, especially Mac. But yeah, but like
Yeah.
he was alive like last time you seen him. Like that's
Yeah.
good news, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. We were at like immediately when things kind of happened. We were at work at the coffee shop, and we were there for a while, and then I don't know. It was weird. I was out on a patrol, and when I came back, everyone who had been there was just gone. Uh, it seemed like they'd maybe left of their own accord, like some stuff had been packed and taken. So I don't know what happened, if they like had to evacuate or something. So that's why like I'm hoping they just moved to a different place and either couldn't leave a note or left a note and it got destroyed and we couldn't find it. So I'm hoping they just packed up and moved to another safe spot, but I haven't been able to find anyone. So, and that was a couple months ago. Um, but yeah, so he was fine when I saw him then.
Um, there is like there's a moment where like Alice like she sort of looks off to the side and like she and or Zare is about to say something and stops and then that's yeah that's good. I mean you they must have gotten away safely, right? If you didn't find any evidence that they weren't okay, right? Because like
Yeah,
um yeah
that's what I'm. Well, that's what I'm assuming and hoping for until I have other evidence. But
that's good.
yeah, I mean, it's again, it's good to see you. It's it's always great learning that people are alive. That isn't something that happens every day.
um and Alice will stand up and is it okay if I hug you?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
um so you two hug. Jonah Presley comes down from the
Yeah,
roof.
Jonah was like, as soon as like the moment with Tasha, Jonah was heading for Presley.
um I when you didn't come back, I was so worried.
I didn't mean to stay out that long. I ran into some trouble.
But like you're okay, right? There's nothing bad happened to you.
Nothing bad happened to me. You don't have to worry.
Oh, okay. Um, but I seen Chloe. What about Alec and Alex?
That's part of the trouble that I ran into. Um, there was a swarm at the shop mart, and Alec and Alex must have got their attention or something, but they didn't make it out. And then the swarm caught wind of me, and I was able to get away, but that's what delayed me.
Um. Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you got away, but
it's a heavy thing, I know. Um, I would have hoped that I could have found them okay. But this new world ain't always kind to us.
No, no, it's not. Um, has has everybody else been told yet?
Not yet. I just finished talking with Tasha, and it's not going to be an easy thing to tell everybody else. But that's something that we'll be doing. I was so worried. I know that I had left you here, and I'm glad that you're okay. Glad that nothing happened while I was gone.
Yeah, no, everything was fine here. I yeah, I just you were gone so long, and I started to worry, but I'm glad you're okay.
All right. Well, once Tasha's ready, I think we're gonna start making those rounds, make sure everyone's aware of what happened. So, just if you need me, you know that I'm here for you.
Yeah, of course. Um, thanks for letting me know.
And just like Jonah places his hand on her shoulder, and like there's a sort of comforting squeeze. And it's more for Jonah's sake than for Presley. Like this is Jonah seeing Presley and sort of solidifying that everything was okay while Jonah was gone.
And you when Tasha's ready, you make the rounds, you talk to everybody. There's tears shed and all of that, and eventually circles back to Eliza and Deborah, and Tasha is ready to talk to you. And everybody can join in on this, but specifically wanted to bring Eliza and Deborah in on this since we haven't met with them in a while. So right, and I mean, thank you for helping our people out. And thank you for escorting them back. Is there anything we can do for you? We don't have a lot, but is there anything we can do for you?
I think we were hoping that we could build some sort of relationship here to work with you guys, if
Um,
that would be possible. I
There-
know this is a lot.
like there's relief, like on Tasha's face, like, yeah. I mean, we could use the help. I mean, I Jonah's been a big help since he got here, but I could use the help. Or I don't
Of
know what to
course,
do anymore.
this is uncharted territory, to say
Yeah.
the least, but we right now are at the hardware store, and I'll give a description of the area. While it's got a lot of tools and supplies like that, it does not have very many options for farming and being able to find something sustainable. We're mainly trying to figure out a way to either work with someone, or we're also thinking of trying to find a more suitable place. But at this point, that's where we call home.
Yeah, We want to set up some sort of gardening as well. We don't have a lot of space here, other than like the roof. If we had power, we had this. We'd have the space to set up grow lights and stuff, but we don't have any of that. So we can if we can build something. We have the roof, but we don't have the tools for that. But we have plenty of manpower if you need help with something like that.
That would be wonderful. And honestly, at least this visit, we more so would like to at least build up some sort of dialogue. We haven't ran into too many people out and about, but I think it's a lot safer to have people that can work with each other.
Um, absolutely. We should. We're gonna want to try to do our best to establish and maintain not just a dialogue, but a safe travel uh, path, I guess, between us. Um,
Is there a primary route you all take?
um, not, not really. We haven't. We've until we had to. We didn't really send out any scouts or anything.
Totally understandable.
Um, I know some of the roads are clear from what we can see from the roof, but there's also a lot of traffic jams and dead cars blocking some of the roads and stuff. So I mean, on foot, it's pretty free up. But if you have vehicles and stuff, a lot of it might be a little harder to navigate without moving some of the debris.
We've got one vehicle, but we rarely use it. It's more of a emergency type situation on that front. But we we just took the path through the university, and that might be a way to protect it. We'd have to clear things out, and we'd be happy to help with that. There's certain supplies that we want to get as well that are located there, but it would also supply a good amount of land.
I
It's going to
wonder
be a
if
project.
we could take some of those old sanctuary fences and create a pathway.
That was exactly my thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all sounds like a great idea and something we can start working on together.
I know these are incredibly lofty goals. The most important thing right now is for us to get to know each other. We can explain a little bit what we've done and maybe help any of you all out. I'm a paramedic. I'm also trained as a nurse. If anyone needs anything, we also found a variety of medical supplies at some of the different FEMA tents. So really, we would like to help you all if we possibly can.
Um, that would be great. Could you? We I mean, we haven't had a doctor in anything or any. Could I guess could you just like kind of look over everybody, make sure nobody's suffering from anything bad. I have no medical experience, and I just if you could check everybody over.
Yeah, of course, of
Um,
course. Oops.
and if you want to check out that case that Jonah found, now might be a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's right there.
So incredibly valuable case. Set it on, a table or something. Open it up. Um, it is full, like it's well protected. It's got like a foam in it, and there is, we'll say, like 8 IV pouches in there, all IV antibiotics. As long as you keep them at room temperature, these ones will stay good. And that case is as long as you don't leave it directly in the sunlight, that case is meant to keep them stable. So,
I think that Eliza will look over to Jonah and say, "You found a jackpot item here." And I'll explain the way to store it and even run through how it would work and um, showed the IV start kits and everything. She'll even offer to teach anybody that would want to learn how to start IVs and things like that, as it can be super helpful. But she will kind of check over everybody, see is there any illness or malaise, like general malaise or anything serious going on with any of the people at the spectrum.
and just to check up, and I'm not gonna have you roll for this. Just nobody is in serious danger, right? There's some like malnutrition a little bit and stuff, but nobody's in serious danger right now. But it does help put Tasha a little bit at ease with knowing that. And she will, because she is like a volunteer, right, from like this community center, she will put together like a sign up sheet of like who wants to do these tasks, who wants to learn like some nursing things for later as like this partnership develops between your two havens. Deborah, what are you doing while everybody is hanging out?
I think I want to have a further conversation with Tasha.
Okay.
Because with the conversation around the university, that seems like a long-term goal for Deborah. Is these are all the things that we're missing, and not only do we have the university campus, but we also have the park next door. And that park has direct access to the river, which provides fish and other things that we can pull from the waterbed. It can also provide electricity if we are smart enough to do that. Um, so I think I just want to have that like further conversation about like I want this like I want our communities to be working together and to work toward this goal. I feel like I'm not speaking for, but I feel like Sherry is like looking over my shoulder and like whispering a bunch of things in my ear about gardening that I'm like, this needs to happen. And like, I feel like parks are kind of like the best place for that because they're already kind of leveled out and just grass at that point. So that's all we have to kind of dig up. We can work around trees, or like check to see what kind of trees we have. We can pull acorns or
Lots
anything
of lots
from
of green
drawing.
space, both there and honestly, university campuses often have a lot of green space, which can be converted into what you may need for
Yeah.
gardening.
And like we may not be able to provide the manpower and we don't have folks. We don't have as many folks as I've seen in the spectrum as of right now. But we have access to the shop mart. And the shop mart is a one way, it's a one-stop shop. And a one-stop shop in Wisconsin means that there's beer, there's guns, there's ammo, and there's food. And
The
then
only
there's
thing
also
it doesn't
liquor on
have,
top of the beer, but
yeah, the only thing it doesn't have is a church, but the church is somewhere
the church is
nearby.
a few blocks away.
Yeah, it's
Because
nearby.
in Wisconsin, a town is 2 bars and a church. That's just what it is. That's how you know you're in a new place. You get to an intersection, and there's a church, and then there's 2 bars on the other side. And there's always a car in the bar's parking lot. Always.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of just like laying that out. I'm not trying to be like a leader, just like these are like the thoughts that have like come up while you were talking, and I want to voice them before we need to head back to our people to make sure that they know that we are okay.
Yeah. Um, and without like hashing out like word for word that conversation, you do have it. You express all those thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think at some point, like Tasha takes notes, just because that's like the kind of person she is. She takes some notes, um, and then we're getting close on time, so I do want to have y'all start to head back because there's one last little thing I want to leave us on.
Suspicious.
You start to head back, and as you get to the university and you're crossing this quad of the university, right? Deborah, you see somebody familiar walking towards you across the campus. He's got his hands up when he sees you, and Dalton gets close and go and Debbie, is that you? Well, I'll
For
be.
the last time? It's not Debbie!
You're right. I'm sorry, Deborah.
Deborah.
Right. Look, I'm glad to see you. Does this mean is Richard okay? Is Richie okay?
Can we talk about this later?
Um,
We're trying to head back to our place. Do you have a place?
no, I was actually kind of happened to see you go through here the first time. Kind of was just waiting.
Where were
hoping
you?
you'd- Traveling. By the way,
No. Dalton. Where did you see me from?
So back there in the parking lot, I had been sleeping in one of the cars because I had been traveling down the highway, and I just kind of seen y'all go into the campus when you walk through. So I was kind of just waiting to see if you were gonna come back this way, so I could say hi. I promise, like no weapons in my hands.
Yeah, I see that. My machete's in my hand. Because as soon as like there's something weird in the distance, I am drawing my weapon.
Can I make the Walking Dead equivalent of an insight check? I don't trust this at all.
I would also like to roll an empathy roll.
Yeah, I think empathy is the equivalent.
Yeah, real empathy.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a shit roll, but here we go. 0 successes on my end.
Come on,
What
Eliza.
the hell is my brother-in-law doing in here? Why is he acting like a dick?
Doesn't
A
he know?
guy coming in clutch. That's one success.
Whoa!
Okay. I mean, one success. Like, you get the feeling that, for the most part, he's being genuine, right? He's obviously hiding something, but you can't tell if it's just because, like, he doesn't, like, know everybody here, or he's truly got something to hide. But, like, otherwise, like, he's being you everything you know about reading a person, you're seeing someone who's being genuine. He happened to see you while he was sleeping in a car, whatever. That he's been traveling, like he said that. But like there's just like something slightly off, like you're just not quite sure, like maybe he's hiding something, but you can't quite put a pin in what.
Okay. You're catching me a little off guard here, Dalton. Do you have a place to sleep tonight? Are you staying in Eau Claire? You going down to Lacrosse, Platteville?
Um, I mean, I don't have a place to stay. I've been just kind of traveling around, looking, looking around, just trying to like find people, good people. Haven't found a lot. I've found people, but not a lot of good people. If that makes sense. And by the way, actually, also like I'm planning on staying in Eau Claire for a little bit, but not too long because you'll. By the way, little more warning. Y'all got trouble headed towards Eau Claire. I passed two hordes kind of like coming right for this town, and they're big hordes of walkers. Coming down the highway, and like if they join up, I would I wouldn't want to stay here. You know, just a warning.
Okay, bud. Um, I I haven't seen you for like 2 years. Okay. Um, so forgive me for being a little apprehensive about this. If you want to come with, we're gonna talk in the back here about boundaries and what everybody's comfortable with. We have a car and we have a parking lot full of cars, like where we're at. That's where you will be. You will not be sleeping in the same place as everybody else because nobody knows who you are except for me, and I don't even think I know you anymore.
Um, right.
But
okay.
I can get you food. I can make sure you're safe for the night, and then
Um,
we can talk more in the morning.
I mean, I got food. I guess I could trade for better food, but I got some food. Um, Mostly
We should
Chex Mix, but like I got food.
Okay. Chex Mix is not a food group, but what were you saying, Eliza?
Oh, I was just saying that it should be totally fine to take them to our Walgreens. That should be fine.
Okay, yeah, we'll take you there. Um, you know how it gets at night, obviously, because you've been on the road, but I guess it's good to see you, but you and Dick did not end your relationship very well. So we'll talk more about that later. Not in front of everybody. You know how family business is.
Um, right. Yeah.
Are we gonna like start to walk somewhere?
Are you actually taking Dalton back towards Near Haven?
Eliza said the Wellgreens, not
Oh.
our Haven.
Okay, so you're gonna take him
Yeah.
over there. Okay.
Yeah.
As we start to walk, because I don't think that Deborah has been super open about her life or her past, I'm just gonna like walk over and like I feel like it's like a stage whisper, like it's not a real whisper that Chase is like, "Who's Dick?"
I loved Dick. Dick was my husband. Dick was my husband.
Okay, got it. Yeah, you were just throwing around a lot of names that I hadn't heard you say before.
Yeah. And then there's a cat who's meowing down the road.
Eliza is watching. I think her military training is kind of kicking in. She's looking for any like random glints or like anything that could catch like basically if there's any kind of weapon trained on them, like the different things she had to learn as a medic to watch out for to be safe. She's kind of those like trained instincts are kicking in at this point. She does not like this at all as we head to wherever we're going.
Okay. Um, like I feel like there's 3 potential roles I could have you do here. Um, I'm gonna have you roll. It's not really meant to be the thing, but it is what you are looking for. I'm gonna have you roll ranged combat.
No successes
Okay,
and no crit fails.
that's good. I mean, everything's quiet. You don't see any scopes or anything. Um, with no successes, I would say you're uneasy, but you're not seeing anything, right?
Mhm. It's like the little hairs on the back of her neck go up and she's just scanning in go mode.
Yeah. And with no successes, you have no reason to believe no one's out there, but like you're looking at the places that like you think like somebody might be lurking, and with no successes, you have no proof that no one's that like somebody's there, but you can't like you're like, well, them shadows are falling weird. I can't tell if somebody's sitting up there. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before you leave Dalton at the Walgreens?
I'm gonna just ask a simple question, but it's gonna be a loaded one, of course. Like right before like we get to like the parking lot of the Walgreens, I'm just gonna like pull him close to me and just ask, so where's your wife and boys?
Uh, so we are getting into family business then, huh?
We're not getting into my personal family business. We're getting into your personal family business.
And he looks down, and he swallows and uh, they didn't make it.
Okay. I'd like to roll empathy.
Okay.
Just to, a cute little insight check. Different dice this time. Oh, that's 2 successes on 2 dice.
Okay. Yeah. 2 successes. He looks at you. You like 2 successes. You see the pain in his eyes as he tells you this. We were actually on the road when things went bad. We tried to get to, one of the shelters. Um and I don't know if they were already turning or sick or what, but somebody in a pickup truck T-boned us, and the boys they didn't make it, and well, we found a place to hide up, but Shelly didn't. She struggled with that, and we ran into some, I don't know, raiders, real biker types, and I don't know. She kind of just gave up when we ran into them, and well, I've been on my own since then.
I really liked Shelley. Your boys were.
Hellions.
They were nice when I was around. they knew I'd give them good treats if they were good with me. So they weren't as bad around me because I gave them a few too many pints of ice cream, but it's in the past now.
That actually explains so much
What do you
about
mean?
why they were always so rambunctious when you watch them. But
It's okay now. It's okay now, right? Sorry. Okay. Dick's dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's been like however long it's been. Time, he passed before winter, so a few months. And then I made the fucking horrible decision to travel across the state by myself in the middle of winter. Somehow made it.
Well, look at us. Surviving despite all that we've been through, huh?
Dalton, you've been through a lot more than I have. I know you have. I've been lucky enough to find the group that I have. And you're still walking alone.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some bad people running around out there too. I'm glad you found good people to stay with.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave you here, just for a roof over your head. I'll come pick you up at the ass crack of dawn, because that's when I go out and make sure traps are all, okay and stuff. I don't know what else to call it. It's a scouting thing that I do. You can come with. We'll have breakfast. I'll introduce you to everybody, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Great. I'll see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. And that, unless anybody has anything pressing, will be where we end for tonight. Because we are over time. With that, we will start our sign-offs, starting with Deborah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I've been playing Deborah, who uses she, her pronouns, and I use they, she pronouns. You can find me tomorrow, and I have 2 streams tomorrow. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, you can find me playing a vampire, gonna be killing a bunch of Nazis in Paris in the 1940s. And then I think an hour after that, I might still have some leftover makeup, so don't say anything. I'm going to be playing the Power Rangers TTRPG on the Tabletop Misfits channel, where I play the Yellow Ranger. So yeah, follow me on Blue Sky at Murm with 3 R's. That's MIRRRM for channels and times when I'm live. So that's me.
And Faye. You're muted.
It happens. Hi, I'm Faye. That's me. I'm Fayweld Witchling most everywhere on the internet. And yeah, you can find me just around. I'm typically here, and when I'm not here, I'm running my own games.
I think that's me next. Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I have been playing Liza. Her pronouns are she, her as well. You can find me online at The Nerd on Wheels everywhere on social media. And coming up for me this Wednesday, you can find me on Enchanting Sorcery Productions for Fandelver and below Hallia's Harriers. We are in the middle of the Battle of Phandalin. There's a giant dwarven tank, and we have yet to set off our very large Molotov cocktail wagon. So if you want to see the outcome of that, go ahead and check that out this Wednesday. And then this Sunday, you can find me on Singularity Roleplay for Who Killed Roger Rabbit. It is a outgunned game where it's set in Toontown, and we are trying to investigate who killed Roger Rabbit. It's as crazy as you think it is. Expect toon violence and all the fun stuff.
All right, well, that's me. Hi, my name is Quinn. I use any and all pronouns, and I've been playing Chase, who uses he, him pronouns. You can find me on Blue Sky and Blue Sky only at QuinnBeckham27. I will also be back here next week, but I will also be in another game also a week from now, also on Saturday in the morning. Over on Pantsless Tables, we'll be playing Kids on Brooms. Kids on something. There's a lot of those games. And that is a charity stream that is happening Saturday morning. And if you want more specific information than that, it's not in my brain right now, so you can follow me online where I will inevitably post promos for that when I have it.
Awesome. And normally, Cass joins us to play Cherry. I believe it's Cassiopeia Twilight on Blue Sky. And I am Sophia Olivia Scott. I am your storyteller for tonight. I'm not in anything else currently available anyways, but for more information on what I'm doing in the future, you can check me out on Blue Sky at nerdy_Teddy with an I. And as for channel stuff, Wednesday is part 2 of Skies Above, Memories of Valerie. You can check out Skies Above on Kickstarter right now. That's a JRPG fantasy game, so definitely check that one out. And actually, now that I'm remembering, I believe there's a command for that. So let me see. Look at that. So you can check out that Kickstarter that you can find in the chat. And next week, obviously, we'll be back for more Fields of the Dead. If I knew more information, I would tell you, but we will be a part of that charity stuff that Quinn is going to be a part of earlier in the day with Pantsless Table. We'll be a part of the later raid train that will be happening as part of that, so you can continue the fun by watching your favorite Midwestern zombie apocalypse. I'm going to check and make sure that they're still good to go, but I think we're going to raid Fuzka tonight, and everybody have a good time. And we will see you next week when we learn more about Dalton.